not be further apart. And she didn't believe me. She's like, "Oh, you're just being arrogant." I says, "Okay." And at this time, I wasn't painting; I was just drawing. So she thought I was being biased. So I says, "No, well, I don't know how to prove this to you because I'm your husband or whatever." I said, "Well, fine, all right, have it your way. I don't know what I'm talking about." About 3 weeks later, we're watching the show again, and we're watching it and shit. And Bob Ross is on, and he was painting his typical, just badass, just mountain scene. I mean, it was just so beautiful, right? I mean, as usual.
With happy little trees.
Right, with happy trees and lonely bushes. And he got to a section where he was almost done with the painting. And the rule with painting is you paint the furthest things first and the closest things last, because that's what gives your painting's dimension. And he had the whole painting done, and right in the middle of the field he wanted to paint a tool shed. And then he made the remark that made Nova's jaw drop. He was like, "Oh," he's like, "I have to be very careful with this because this is a very technical part of the painting. It's a structure that I have to paint." And I says, "Boy, and I can't draw to save my life." He said that. She said, "Did you hear what he just said?" I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
I said, "Honey, it's not. This is with the type of painting that he does. It's and not to take anything away from the guy, because basically, I mean, Bob Ross invented a lot of the techniques that he showed, like how he did bushes, how he did all that stuff.
It's fascinating to watch.
Yeah, and it's just really a lot of brush trickery. As you
Right.
can tell, you have the right brushes. I'm not saying if you hand a monkey the brushes, you're able to do it. But he was really, really fascinating. I mean, I loved him, and he taught me a lot, man. And he taught me how he taught me painting balance, and I mean, and his level of humility was off the map. I mean, he was such a good guy. I mean, that's why his name of this show was The Joy of Painting, because he wanted everybody to experience it.
Right, right.
And I mean, he actually had, I don't know if you remember this, this is towards going closer to his death. I don't even know when he died from. He was fairly young. But he would have a portion of his show where he would take a break, and he'd have letters and pictures of fans that would mail in photographs of them trying what he did, and some of their paintings blew his away.
Wow.
But here's the beautiful thing about him. He loved that. He was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Look at this one." He's like a kid.
Uh-huh.
And that's a special thing. That's a special thing for a painter to have that type of because painters can be arrogant bastards, they can, and I really hope I'm not ever like that. And I try to exercise qualities that Bob Ross had, because that's a rare thing for a painter to be bettered by another painter and they not care. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a true artist right there. When you can, when you remain a fan, because he was a fan still. He was a fan of painting. I mean, he was a good painter, but he was still a fan.
Right.
And when he saw other artwork that was great, he couldn't hold that in.
Right.
And that's what's great. That's what makes you a great artist. And if you're walking around like Picasso was an arrogant prick.
Yeah, he was.
He was an arrogant bastard. And so was Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
Very arrogant man. They expected you to kiss their pinky ring when they walked in the door. I mean, it's not to say that they weren't good at what they did, but I mean, that's not good, man.
Yeah. Nobody should be.
Well, Bob Ross was awesome. I could talk your damn ear off about him, but you know.
Oh God, I loved it. It's like therapy. Are you kidding?
You're watching it, man.
And my
you're
kids too, Bella and Alexander, both of them. I put that on, and everyone shuts up, and it's just quiet.
And I love the portions of my
magic.
Yeah, because my mom would be watching him. My mom would be watching Bob Ross, and there'd be a portion where the painting's looking really good. Really, really good, and he'll get forest green, and he just what is he doing?
I know.
And it's just like he's destroying it. Like what the fuck?
There's a little tree.
Yeah, and he's like, just be patient, people. And then he'd get his putty knife and he'd cut a trunk.
Yep.
And then he'd start, layering his leaves, and then all of a sudden you got this giant, majestic pine tree.
I know.
Like, oh shit.
I know.
It's just amazing to see him. There's at one point where you think he's jacking his painting up.
I know.
And it's like quite the contrary. So yeah, he was amazing, man. I miss him. I miss the guy, and I never met him.
You can still, it's like early Sunday morning. His shows are on DVR.
Was it Sunday or Saturday? I thought it was Saturday. I think you're right. It was Sunday.
I can't remember. I put the recording on.
Because I think I would watch him before cartoons would come on.
Yeah, it's
like 7:30 in the morning or something. Really early.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be watching that shit like, oh my God. We love Bob Ross. Him and that big ass afro.
I know.
He was awesome.
He was cool.
Yeah, but see.